Have you been wondering how to manifest and magnetize the things that you want in your life? Today I'm going to be sharing how to do that. Michelle here. Today we're jumping into part 3 of this Creating Money Mindset series where we're following the book Creating Money by Sanaya and Duane. So yes, today is about discovering what you want and then magnetizing it. So in order to create anything in your life, you need to first know what you want, and you want to be sure that you know that this is the exact thing that you want, that you're not compromising, that you are not doing this for somebody else, that you aren't doing this for like malicious, terrible reasons. You need to be really creating from a place of good, a place of joy, and a place of just getting what you want, not like getting what you don't want or getting something lesser than you thought you could have. So we all know that feeling when we think we want something so badly and then we get it and it's not quite what we wanted. Well, that is because we didn't do this whole discovery essence process. So what I like to do, or what this book suggests, is that when you decide that you want something, you really need to figure out the essence of it, how you're going to feel when you get it. When we create the essence of something, we can go ahead and start living that feeling now without even getting it. And we can get a feel for, okay, is this what we really want? Or can I create this feeling without getting this particular thing? Which is so nice. So you want to be asking yourself certain questions to decide the essence of what you want, or start discovering, like, is this truly something that I want? And some of the questions are, why do I want this feature instead of something else? What functions do I want from this? What are the ways I will use it? Is this the only acceptable form or way it can come? Am I being open to having the best thing? Because a lot of times, if we don't take this time to do this work, we get into this situation like, I have an example. So have you ever had a friend who was like, wanted to get out of a relationship for one reason or another, but then they get out of the relationship and maybe 3-4 months later, even a year later, they end up with somebody almost just like the person that they had before, or they had the same crappy qualities of the previous spouse or partner, because your friend didn't go through and figure out what exactly they want. They were probably going from the sense of, I don't want that, I don't want this, I don't want that, and they were magnetizing that into their life instead of them figuring out the qualities that they do want and figuring out how to manifest that in their life. You do not want to go out or your friend doesn't want to go out and look for another partner until they figure out what exactly they want in this new partner, the essences that they want from this partner, so that they can go ahead and start living those essences now and figure out, okay, is this what I really want? Or did I think I wanted it? Or was it something I saw on social media and I thought that I needed that in my life, but I really don't want it? Like, you don't want to be dependent on somebody else to give you a certain feeling. And you also want to make sure that you are manifesting from a place of abundance instead of lack. So you can use your list of things that you don't like in order to figure out what you do want. But do not, when you're magnetizing, don't magnetize from a place of, I don't want this, or I don't want that, or no. Like, manifest from a place of, okay, I do want that, and that would serve my highest good, and that feels really good. I tried that on. I tried that feeling on, that essence on, and it feels really good. So you want to, yeah, that's pretty much the example. You want to make sure that you are really figuring out the essence of what you want and all of that. And there will be a play sheet at the end of this that was in the book. So you can ask yourself certain questions. You can sit down, take some time to yourself, and really pan this out to figure out what you really want to be creating right now. And are you willing to take the steps in order to get it? Like, if you think you want something but you're not willing to take some steps outside of your comfort zone, then it may not be for your highest good at this point in time. So one thing to keep in mind when it comes to manifesting or magnetizing is, let me read it straight from the book so I don't mess it up. Most things will come through your normal channels. So if you usually buy things, that will probably be how you get the objects that you magnetize. Don't invalidate your energy work because things come easily or naturally. So say that instead of maybe you wanting a certain thing, like, I don't know, maybe to go on a trip. Say you wanted to win a trip through a certain website or a radio show or whatever, but it doesn't come that way. Maybe it comes the money, you just get some extra money, and maybe something pops up where, oh, there's a really great vacation deal, and you're able to scoop that up because you now have the money and you are able to buy the trip. You do not want to write that off just because, oh, this was a coincidence that this popped up on this day and I happen to have the money. You don't want to invalidate the energy work that you just did because you are going through it in a different means than you thought that you would. That's pretty much what it's saying. That is it for the discovery part. I will continue the magnetizing part later in this video. So I'll put up the play sheet first and then it'll go on to the magnetizing part. But I will see you on that in just a second. So, in order to create with energy, you need to be relaxed and quiet, and you can use like symbols, pictures, visualization to help you create what you want. One thing that I learned when going through coaching is that a few minutes or even an hour of energy work a day can be worth hours and hours of you going out and working hard, because when you do that energy work and you get aligned with what you truly want and with your higher self, you are given the tools, given the nudges, given the ideas, and the inspiration within you to go out and do the right things to help you get where you want to go. But when you're sitting there working hard, you're typically not feeling that great, and you're just doing work for the sake of doing work, and you're not doing work in the correct direction toward where you want to go. Or you may think it's the right thing to be doing, but it turns out that it's not. So I strongly encourage you to do the energy work, to sit down and get quiet, however long it feels good for you. So if it starts out or if you start out with just maybe 5 or 10 minutes a day, it's better than not doing it at all. So if you can just sit down and get quiet, and then maybe in a few days or in a week you add more time, whatever works for you, but know that you doing that energy work and getting quiet with yourself is something that becomes a practice that you're doing lifelong, because you want to be magnetizing and creating for the rest of your life. But it just feels good too. So not just to be doing it to get something, but you get this inner peace and it feels good and you want to keep doing it. So there are 6 steps to magnetizing that they talk about in this book, and we're gonna go through those steps, and then I will share a visualization next video, probably tomorrow. Guided meditations or guided visualizations help when you're getting into this whole energy work thing, or just in general. Like if you're not feeling the most energetic that day and you can't get your mind quiet, sometimes it's good to put on a guided visualization to help you. All right, so there are 6 steps to magnetism. The first step is to know what you want, to get very clear on that. Step 2 is to know the essence of what you want. Or if you don't know specifically what you want, like the actual form of what you want, know the essences or the features that you want, and then you can use a symbol instead of the specific thing when you're visualizing. Step 3 is to ask for what you want or even more. So we often get caught up in telling the universe, God, what we don't want, but we don't typically take the time to ask. So asking is definitely a step. Step 4 is to love and intend to have what you're asking for. So you need to, when we talked about making sure this is something you really want, you want to be sure that you really would love having this and that you intend to have it. And part of intention is doing what it takes to be able to get it in your life. Step 5 is to believe it is possible. Belief is so big, and you need to work on your beliefs if anything's coming up around you not having that item. Step 6 is to detach, which I did a video on this previously. I will put a link below to that video, because if you need something, chances are you're not going to get it. But when you give up that need factor, it becomes easier. So the easiest things to magnetize are small things. So when you're on this magnetism journey, you may be wanting something big right now, something amazing, but sometimes our beliefs get in the way, and you're gonna have to check in with yourself when you're getting quiet, or just like when you think about it, do you have a little bit of anxiety in your chest or in your stomach, or you just feel like I'm not quite there yet? Well, a great way to start is to start with something small. So something that you've already like manifested in the past, or you've had in the past, or something somebody has done for you in the past that you feel like can happen again. It's good to start with those small things, and that helps you build your magnetism muscle, and build your confidence in being a master manifester. So say you might want to start with somebody bringing you a cup of coffee, or buying you flowers, or paying for your food in front of you, at the person in front of you paying for your food at maybe fast food, lunch checkout, whatever it's called, in the drive-through, whatever it is. Try to start with something small, and then as you grow and you become more confident, and even like keep a list of those things, or keep a journal, and track your manifestations. But just set an intention. Like if you want to set an intention, like something amazing is going to happen today, like I'm going to manifest. Well, you need to put it out there. What are you going to manifest? Even if you just manifest something small, like it could be like a free car wash, whatever it is. Like start small and then build that muscle up, and be sure to get clear intent, all those steps that we talked about, the 6 steps, and I will make sure I put them up, or I probably already put them up. But yes, that is pretty much chapters 3 and 4, which wraps up section 1 of creating money. Chapter 3 was discovering what you want, and chapter 4 is magnetizing what you want. And then we're gonna dive in to section 2 either later this week or next week. I know I'm a little behind, but it's all good. Sometimes, life happens and you just want to relax. So I will see you in my next video. Comment below and let me know something good that happened to you today or in the past week. Just something good. Let me know something good. But yeah, I will see you in the next one. I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.